What's up, my crypto legends? The stock market yesterday hit all-time high with the CPI data news. Now we can see here NASDAQ hitting all-time high, the S&P 500 hitting all-time high, giving that push on Bitcoin and crypto in general. We did see the dollar index getting a major drop to the downside. Today we're going to talk about the major levels of support and resistance on the higher time frame. Of course, looking at the lower time frame to look at the highest probability setups and taking a look here at the liquidity. Just $1,000 away, we are having a lot of liquidity, billions of dollars of short liquidations sitting above $67,000. Now remember, we do have some news today at 4:30. We do have building permits. This is in about 4 hours from the video upload. So we want to be very, very cautious with the volatility here. We could get a massive pump or a massive drop depending on what the news is going to be. Let's go right away and dive in here through the scenarios. Now, I did get stopped out here on a short position that was mentioned on yesterday's video update. It was very close to break even, very minor loss. However, we did mention the long position from a few days ago. I exited this completely, more of a day trade. Could I maintain that long position? Absolutely yes. But I closed it, and I'm going to be looking for some new trading setups as I am a scalper and a day trader. These levels are going to be mentioned in today's video update, so make sure to stay tuned, guys. Remember, if you are interested in trading, you do have a Bybit, also 𝗬cie. You have the links down below for that incredible bonus. You got up to $30,000 worth of bonus on Bybit and 20% fee reduction on your futures trading. If you cannot trade on Bybit because of KYC, you do have bluffing and also 𝗬cie here with the exclusive bonus down below in the description. Let's dive in right away through the price of Bitcoin on the higher time frame. What a major rally. We did claim that massive liquidity above 65,500. Now currently we are sitting above this area. Now I want to explain several scenarios. $67,000 where we do have the point of control in between March and April, okay, when we do take a look at the fixed volume profile, that range right over here is massive resistance. We do have that huge amount of liquidity sitting above $67,000. So how are we going to claim that liquidity? Is it going to be a massive pump, okay, and a successful breakout, and we are going to continue to the upside? Or are we just going to create a huge, massive wick above those lower highs created in April at $67,200 and get a huge, massive rejection? No doubt, it is a level to speculate in a quick, short scalp, being extremely defensive. That is only if the price wicks above that level and creates the rejection. You need to zoom in on the lower time frames, okay? Have that level marked up because you could get a quick rejection from that point, and only if the price does reject from that level, okay, which is sitting here at 67,245. It's that lower high from April. Only if you do wick above that level and reject, you got a possible nice short scalp and even a day trade, okay? But I would be extremely defensive. If you're trying to short major levels of resistance in a big uptrend, you need to be very, very cautious. This is only a short trade if you get a rejection. If price action blasts through this level, there's no shorts to be taken right over here. Now let's talk about the long trading setups here on the higher time frame, right? When we do zoom out, we're going to talk about the possibilities. What if the price starts rejecting from this area and we start consolidating and getting a pullback? Well, there are several ways in analyzing this scenario right over here. We do have the possibility that we are in a third wave and we are just forming the fourth wave. When we do take a look at the lows created on last Friday, the 10th of May, we can see here, taking a look at Elliott Wave Theory, how this potentially could have been a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, and we are forming a wave 4 for that next wave 5, okay, to create an explosive breakout in between today and tomorrow. Now, this corrective structure, are we going to go to lower levels or are we just going to blast through here? Now, what I do see here, if we were to move down in this fourth wave, something interesting when we take a look at the Fibonacci extension from this pivot low to the pivot high to this pivot low, we have hit that 618, that 1.618, very common target, okay, for a third wave, not that common for a C wave. So this does look very, very impulsive. Now the question is, are we going to correct slightly to lower levels? Because usually a fourth wave does correct to the 236 Fibonacci to the 50%, which is from this pivot low to the pivot high. So right now, choppiness at this range. We could be getting the pullback. No doubt that longs are in our advantage here with this massive move. We want to be paying attention closely to the 236 and the 50%. Are we going to hold these levels? Now, what I do concern here is hitting this high right there, creating a failed move to the downside, losing this level. We are holding the 236 Fibonacci. If we do maintain this level, I would really not be interested in longing exactly beneath this high, which is 65,500, because that could be a sign of weakness and we could get a larger pullback. However, if we do come down beneath that level, we are consolidating and reclaim above the zone. This means that the 236 could be the low for that fourth wave, and I would be looking for the price to come back up to the highs, because you're looking for that 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, create one more high, claim that liquidity above $67,000, and then analyze the situation if this is going to be a massive blast through above $67,000, or will it just create a big wick and then get a big rejection from that point. We want to be extremely cautious trading in the next coming hours, as we do have that news at 4:30, so stay extremely cautious and defensive. I was in a short position, got stopped out at break even as soon as the news came out. It was on the live stream, okay, where is showing you the short trade from a setup that was mentioned on yesterday's video update. Very, very clear setup when I mentioned here the possible rejection from this area. Did get into the short, we got the pullback, and just as we got the news, got stopped out at break even. Very defensive trading, no shorts to be taken on the massive rise here. This was also mentioned on the live stream. Let the price action go sideways, consolidation. If you even think about getting into any shorts, longs are in your advantage when the price is pumping. To get some people on the live stream saying, I'm looking to get into short, I'm shorting now, stop loss, above the highs. No. This is very, very strong bullish momentum. You do not want to think in getting some shorts. Now in this area, you can speculate into some short positions, no doubt. Why? Because you are consolidating. You can be hitting the highs and rejecting from them. You can manage your risk very, very well here in, trying to short here a consolidation at the highs. So if we were to come back up here now to these local highs right there, if we do test the highs, okay, which is obviously it's going to be a little bit dangerous because you do have a huge amount of liquidity sitting above $67,000, and you're just going to be $500 away once you claim this high, and you might get that blast through. So only shorts are available if you do get a rejection from this high, and it could just pull back here to the previous day value area high, right? Very important to note those levels. Previous day value area high could act as resistance, okay, even if you do get a nice little rejection from this high. So you can see these local highs from yesterday. You hit the level, you get a rejection. This is getting, $500 pullback. You're claiming here the higher lows right there, and you're getting the bounce, short into long, right? Day trading, always looking for those shorts and longs at the same time. So very, very cautious with shorts. No doubt they are acceptable. You are consolidating. You could hit those highs and get the rejection and get a major pullback to come back down to claim the lows, or possibly come back down here to the previous day value area high, right, and get a reaction. If you're getting that reaction, no doubt that this would be a take profit zone, and you would be analyzing the situation here to potentially get into the long position. If you are going to maintain it, you're looking for those local double bottoms and jump into the long position, right? So in a nutshell, if you do not blast through from here, okay, and you just go to higher levels looking for that lower high of April at 67,200, which you could get a quick rejection, and you swing failure pattern from the high, creating a local double top. You got two target levels where you could bounce the previous day value area high. If you're looking for the local reaction here, double bottoms on the 1 minute time frame, you could look for the long position to reclaim those highs and potentially go to higher levels. So it's a kind of short into a long. No doubt that longs are in your advantage as we are in a big, massive uptrend. So you need to be very, very defensive with your short positions. Not much more has to be said, guys, when we look in here for the retracement, speculating on a fourth wave. So if we were to get a pullback now in the next coming hours, stay cautious with the news because you could get a huge move up or a huge move down. Okay, so we want to be very, very cautious trying to trade the news, right? Because it can be very, very volatile. It could create massive moves up and down. But going from the pivot low, pivot high. If we are speculating in a fourth wave, we got 3 target zones, and these levels are the ones that need to hold. If you're holding the 236, say that we do get a pullback now in the next coming hours, no doubt that this is an interesting zone of support. The 236 minimum requirement here for a fourth wave. If you do hit that level, you are consolidating. If you're trading beneath it, really not interested, I would be looking for the 382. If you do consolidate at the 236, then you're looking for that reclaim from that pivot high here that was created last Friday, right over here. That would be a good sign that this fourth wave could be ending here. You're forming a 3-wave move to the downside in an ABC, or if you claim that high over here, you could be forming an ABC right there flat. This is the zone. We want to see the price stopping, reclaiming the levels. Then it is good for a long position, managing risk very, very well, okay? Then we're looking for those highs to be finally claimed, in between today and tomorrow, depending on how this develops. If we break through this level, we need to see the reaction at 382 or 50%. Till the price action does not stop and finds a consolidation, just like the last few days, shorting right over here, longing right over here. We need the price reacting, and then we're looking for that proof of support and jumping into the long. So we've got 3 levels here speculating on that fourth wave. 236, 65,350. 382, 64,500, and the 50% at 63,800. These are the levels that need to stop, need to go sideways to speculate into that long position. Legends, thank you very much for joining today's video update. If you haven't checked out my Bybit tutorial to learn how to trade on that platform, make sure to check it out. Thank you, and I will see you in the next one.